Choujins, supernatural beings with powers beyond the human population. Tokyo Kurihara, a slacker riding off the coattails of his friend Azuma. Ellie, a country bumpkin whose life changes forever after a chance encounter with the Choujin. Their lives intertwined as the fight between Choujins and humans commence. Does this manga live up to the hype? Let's talk about it. Hello all of my otaku friends, my name is Profitaku and welcome back to my channel for another first impressions video. Today we are going over the hit new series by the same mangaka who did Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re, and that is Choujin X. Let's take care of a couple housekeeping things before we get started today. As always, no spoilers. I will never tell you what specifically happens in a volume. I just want to give you a framework of what I like and don't like about a series and whether I think it's worth your time to pick up. And the next thing is that I don't just have one copy of Choujin X, I have 2 copies of Choujin X, and I will be giving one away courtesy from the great folks at Right Stuf Anime. As many of you know, Right Stuf Anime is my #1 place for all my manga and anime needs, so thanks to Omar and the team for continuing to support this channel and allowing me to review manga on their behalf. So if you're here in the United States and you'd like your very own copy of Choujin X, stick to the end of the video and I'll tell you how to enter the giveaway. So for this first impression, we have 3 pros and 2 cons to go over. My first pro is the power system with the Choujins. There's just so much potential here with all the different abilities. Think of them like quirks from My Hero Academia. Each character has a different ability or power that they've inherited in some way. Just in the first volume alone, we get several Choujin appearances and all of them were really cool, so I cannot wait to see how this progresses moving forward, and I think it will be a really unique part of this series. The next pro that I have is the art. Ishida Sensei just takes right off from where they ended from Tokyo Ghoul Re, and we get that really dark and sketchy type of artwork. The backgrounds in this manga are not only detailed, but they're super dark and they really work well with the world. The character design in this manga is probably my favorite thing about the first volume. All the characters are really unique. They have very interesting designs, especially with the faces. Along with this, some of the facial expressions are really grotesque and detailed. You can really feel it popping off the page. And finally, with this being an action series, the battles are very easy to follow. They flow very well with the paneling and the action, and the battles are very fast-paced. The last pro that I have, which is also kind of a con, is the world. The world is super interesting. There's a lot of lore and backstory behind it. However, here's where the con comes in. All of that really cool lore is presented at the end of the volume as like an extra page, and I wanted that to be part of the story because I think there's a lot of things they can do with that. Definitely a missed opportunity in the first volume, but hopefully they change that around later. So this next section are going to be the 2 cons. The first con is what I'll dub all action, no substance. The pacing of this first volume just felt really off, and I felt like we just didn't get anywhere with the story after the first chapter. I understand that we're presenting our cast of characters and the overall story for it to move forward, but yeah, I just expected a little bit more in terms of just context. One of the things I wanted them to elaborate more on were the directions of the groups and the animosity of the world and why there's so much conflict. But I get it, it's a volume 1. We need all the boom boom flash flash to get people really invested in the story, so hopefully we get that moving forward. My last con is actually the main character boy, Kurihara. Now I get it, we're gonna see how this goes past here volume 1, but man, I just had no connection to this main character at all. But he's such a weak character, so stereotypically written. He's just the loser, the slacker. I feel like I've read this main character like 100,000 times, and then he's just going to change and become stronger, so we'll see what kind of character development and what kind of depthness of his personality we'll get. But honestly, right now, I feel like this main character is just a washed out version of Ken Kaneki. So what are my final thoughts on this first volume of Choujin X? Look, I like it. I like it a lot. I gave it a 7 out of 10. And it wasn't a 7 out of 10 where it's like, oh, I like it, but I don't really care about it. It's I like it and I want to see where this goes because there's a ton of potential. I think from a storytelling perspective, it just wasn't what I wanted in a first volume, but I can see why a lot of people like the first volume. So let's talk about this giveaway and how you can win this volume 1. I just need you to do 3 things for me. Number 1, you got to be subscribed to the channel. Number 2, just like that video. It will only take 1 second and it really helps me out. And third, leave a comment down below. You can choose two things. Number one, what did you think of Tokyo Ghoul, this mangaka's previous series, or is there a new volume 1 that you think I should put on my radar? And at the end of the comment, make sure you put hashtag RS giveaway so that I know that you're entered. As always, if you enjoy the content of my videos, make sure you hit that like button, tap the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you know when more of my videos come out, and I will see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.